Good morning, new 1%. It's Satoshi Boomin coming at you with another video. And guys, please hit that subscribe button for me and hit that like button. Every time you guys do that, my videos get pushed up in the search rankings. So that instead of YouTube showing you cute little cat videos, you get a little bit more Satoshi Boomin in your life. I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded. But before we get into the show, I'd like to give a wonderful shout out to my Patreons here up on the screen. We've got Maryland Crypto, didn't forget about you. Ethan, Jeffrey, The Fern Line, Lassie Nielsen, Sergio, Mac Harris, Bread, Garlic House, and AJ. Thank you for your wondrous Patreon support. I would not be doing this show without you. Again, I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Before we get into the Vechain news, we have some major FUD in the industry that could possibly derail a lot of the gains that we've made since Black Thursday on March 12th. Let's take a look at it. Now, a lot of you may already heard about this, but OKX has suspended withdrawals. It says key holder not available due to cooperation with investigation. They have suspended all crypto withdrawals, saying that one of the exchange key holders has been out of touch with the exchange because they are currently cooperating with the Public Security Bureau in investigations. OKX CEO later said that the investigation is due to key holders' personal issue. Most of the top cryptocurrencies sold off on the news. OKX is dropping 3% in 30 minutes, touching $1,182 on Friday before starting to rebound to 11,326 last check. The key holder has been out of touch and prevented withdrawal authorization from being completed, the exchange wrote in a notice published Friday morning. Meanwhile, the Chinese news source is saying that one of the OKX's founders has been taken by police at least a week ago and has not been seen since. My man is on a black site somewhere doing work, camp labor, hard labor. He ain't gonna be found. Let's pray for him. Hope he can get back on his feet. OKX's other functions remain normal and stable, and the security of your assets at OKX will not be affected. Funds are seifu, as they would say. We will resume digital asset withdrawals immediately once the concerned private key holder is able to authorize the transaction. So it looks like one of the key holders or one of the people who authorizes withdrawals has been arrested for some reason. Hopefully this does not have anything to do with OKX. Hopefully not. But we'll see. If OKX shuts down, we really don't have to tell you what that would do to the crypto market as a whole. OKX is actually a very large and reputable exchange. It's not a good look, however. Even if it was due to a key holder's personal issue, it's not a good look that, withdrawals are suspended. I mean, you should be able to keep those withdrawals open no matter who gets arrested in your exchange. But that's the importance of the centralized exchanges and decentralized finance, guys. All these centralized exchanges have risk. Even Coinbase. I mean, I know I rag on Coinbase a lot, and, they're about their insider trading and their high fees, but, they're one of the better ones. But even Coinbase could have this issue. So I've been looking more into DeFi. I recommend you all do as well. I'm starting to feel more comfortable in recommending some DeFi platforms to use. So, for instance, if you guys wanted to do some swaps for ERC20 tokens, I'd recommend Uniswap, obviously. If you want to save a little bit on some fees, I'd recommend 1inch Exchange. Interest rates are great in DeFi as well. Yearn Finance, Yearn Finance, you can get about 60% a year on some assets that you stake with them. So, at the end of the day, DeFi, I believe, is going to take over the world. Crypto is going to take over the world. And, these centralized exchanges always have risk as well. So not your keys, not your crypto. You know the deal. This is the major FUD that I wanted to talk about today. Let's get into the Vechain news. I will be sure to leave a timestamp so you can skip right to the Vechain news. All right, guys, looking at the charts today, we're up 1.8%. It was concerning me why altcoins were not catching up to Bitcoin, and I think that the OKX FUD definitely is a possibility. And another thing, the community FUD has just been brutal lately. I mean, you guys lose faith that easy? Y'all give up that quick? What kind of soldiers do that? I've seen some people who are long-time subscribers. I read all your comments. Long-time subscribers came from 0.04, all the way up to 2 cents, riding high. And now that we've had some form of stagnant movement, they're headed for the hills. They're telling me how much my content sucks. You still watch this guy? LOL. I read all the comments. And you know what I have to say about that? All that FUD makes me want to go out and buy more Vechain, so I did that. Every time I read a negative comment, I earmark some money for some more Vechain. Your FUD makes me more bullish, so please, trolls, everyone who's been, spreading FUD and just being impatient, being the part of the paint chip brigade, keep on trolling. We welcome you over here because you know what? Your FUD makes us more bullish. I don't buy when people are telling me, hey, this is so awesome and great. I buy when people are telling me this is crap. You shouldn't do it. It's already dumped. That's when I buy, and I make buku money doing it. So, thank you. I really appreciate it. I had to go on a little rant there because people lose faith so easy, and it's funny, if Vechain goes back up to 2 cents, we won't hear a peep from those people for a long while. Moving on. I will leave a timestamp for the real Vechain news. Ron Dalton here posts, VITRO burn was amazing at 7.69 million yesterday. That's what I'm talking. This is what gets me up in the morning, guys. I'm super stoked about this. We are at about 2.29 million as of 12:13 a.m. this morning. So, we should be well past that. The testnet actually burned a crap ton of VITRO yesterday. So hopefully we get those testnet folks up on the mainnet and we can start seeing some major VITRO burn. This is true progress, not short-term price speculation. If you want short-term price speculation, there are plenty of coins for you. We were talking about DeFi. You can earn about 100% interest on something called pickle.finance. Why don't you go on over to Pickle, do your speculation, and then leave Vechain for the long-term investors. Leave it for us who want real adoption, who want real change in the world. 30 million VITRO burned on the testnet. We need to get these people over. It's going to take some time, but once we see, imagine 30 million VITRO burn a day. I can see it right now. Moving on. Uh-oh. All right. Sorry, a little bit of refresh there, but it looks like Coinbase is back in the Vechain community news. Why? They are exploring Coinbase custody for some digital assets. Now, Coinbase custody and Coinbase listing are different. The way I understand it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I am a fallible human who is wrong a lot of the time. I'm not perfect. That's why I'm in crypto. Anyway, so custody is technically like if you are a large investor. So let's just say you're a VeChain whale and you have like 8 billion VeChain. You could go to Coinbase and say, hey, could you hold this for me in your cold storage so that I know it's safe? And Coinbase will do that for you. And I think they might, I don't know if they get interest or anything, but custodying large amounts of assets so that, you're not holding it on an exchange. Like if I had, 10 billion VeChain, I'm not going to keep that on a ledger. Like, what if I lose the ledger? What if, I don't know, I misplace it? I'm not going to keep that on Binance. What if Binance gets hacked? What if somebody gets my password? So you would go to Coinbase, you would say, hey, I have a large amount of this asset. Could you please hold it for me? And Coinbase would be like, yeah, it's like a vault, a bank. Now, the good thing is ADA, our second favorite crypto, has Coinbase custody already. So hopefully VeChain can get in there, and they're considering it amongst other coins. Now, I've also dipped my toe into Curve Finance. I like what they're doing there. If you don't know what Curve is, briefly, that is a stable coin exchange. So if you have USDC and you wanted to swap that to Tether, you could do it easily on Curve. I'm a liquidity provider for them. So you could earn a little bit of passive income as well for that. You got Paxos Gold, Paxos Standard, another stable coin. Wow. Reserve, RSR. A lot of these we know. Just is a Tron based swap exchange, decentralized exchange. Elrond has moved to the mainnet. We've talked about Elrond plenty of times on this show. So, and obviously we see VeChain out here. Hopefully I honestly think we have a better chance of getting VeChain custody, Coinbase custody, than we get VeChain Coinbase listing. And the reason why I don't think we're going to get a VeChain Coinbase listing anytime in the near future is because A, Coinbase insider trades. That's pretty obvious. And B, they would have to set up VTHO staking, which is another thing. And excuse me, VeChain isn't an ERC20, so that's going to be a little bit tough as well. And we all know that Coinbase loves their ERC20. But custodying, that's a bit easier for Coinbase. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's the big Coinbase news. No, there's not a Coinbase listing. But custodying is definitely something that I am on board with. And that if Coinbase comes out and says, yes, they're custodying VeChain, that's not going to pump the asset. That's not going to boost it to 2 cents or anything, guys. Just be aware. But it is still bullish because, major investors can go to Coinbase and lock their tokens up and it'll be safe. So, and I think custodying allows big investors to insure their coins as well. So just in case Coinbase gets robbed or something, they're not out, $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So definitely good news. Hopefully we can see that come to fruition. And lastly, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. The testnet did 1.4 million transactions yesterday and burned almost 30 million VITRO. It ran almost nonstop at a rate of 42 transactions per second for approximately 8 hours today. The total for the week is about 2.5 million transactions, burning about 62.5 million VITRO. Once we bring this stuff to the mainnet, guys, it's a wrap. Now, this is just a test. The mainnet is a whole different animal. But we see that, Walmart of China is not having any issues. At least I haven't heard that they've been having any issues with their massive amount of transactions. So, I'd rather them take their time, make sure that the product works, release it, have enterprises say, yes, this works, this is a good product, and it take more time than for them to rush it out, say, oh, we did this, we did that, get the people on board, and then it sucks. And then, you hear, oh, Walmart of China is leaving VeChain for Cosmos. Walmart of China is leaving VeChain for yada yada, Cardano, whatever. I don't want to hear that. You want to talk about FUD? That's that would be some FUD. So let's keep it up, guys. Keep it up, devs. Everybody, we are gonna make it. Calm down, all right. This was a very ranty video. Deal with it. Like to give a shout out to my wonderful Patreon subscribers: Maryland Crypto, love ya. Ethan, love ya. Jeffrey, love ya. The Fern Line, love ya. Lassie Nielsen, I love you. Sergio, love ya. Mac Harris, love ya. Bread, Garlic House, no, I love you. And AJ, True Soldier, love ya. Thank you so much for your wondrous Patreon support. We have 1,297 days, 8 hours, and 32 minutes to the next Bitcoin block halving. Even with all the FUD, Bitcoin is still trucking. That's why I love it. Let's take a look at the markets. Bitcoin's not worried about no dang old FUD, man. Come on, bruh. Ampleforth is up, not surprising. It's a stable coin. Decred, Stellar. The markets have been stagnated by that FUD. But it's okay. Like always, we will be here tomorrow. We're gonna make it, boys. We're gonna make it. Let's just relax. OKB is dumping majorly. I guess that's due to the bad news there. But other than that, things are just kind of moving sideways. All right, I've ranted on long enough, guys. Thank you so much for your wondrous support and just watching and listening to me. Have a wonderful day.